Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the relation between Virgo and Cancer. So the Virgo and Cancer mix is a very, very interesting sort of dynamic. What we have is Cancers, who is a water sign, cardinal, represented by the moon. These people have a lot of emotional volatility. They're very, very interested in making money. They're very interested in having good, charismatic, and great relationships, especially with family and with their intimate significant other. Virgo, on the other hand, is very, very concerned with sixth house problems, which is like health, their wealth. These guys are high IQ and they're an earth sign and they're mutable, meaning they're changeable. The cardinal is more of a starter sign, and then the mutable means you're just very adaptable and changeable and versatile. So when you get these two together, this is really where emotion meets intellect. These two can make a very, very positive couple if, I guess, put in the right context and in the right situation. So in an intimate relationship, they're going to work about 75 to 80% of the time. The reason being is a Virgo person is somebody who needs to think and idealize love in order to understand it instead of just feeling it. So the Cancer actually complements them by being able to feel that love and then being able to share it with them in a way in which that they weren't able to think about primarily. A lot of people cannot do this for Virgo very naturally, so Cancer is actually one of the rare signs that actually are able to really get with the Virgo person and then give them that emotional, I guess, security, you can call it, in order to actually, so they can show their emotions. Another thing is Virgo people, when it comes to sexual dynamics and different things like that, they tend not to really open up much, but the Cancer person's able to really make them open up, primarily because of a good emotional connection. And another thing is that they're able to trust them. So the trust between these two can be very good because the Cancer, once they choose you as a partner, this goes for any sign, they've really chosen you and they really view you as a lifelong spouse. So when you have that sort of trust and that will and that energy being brought forth by the Cancer, in Virgo's case, they definitely feel it. Even if they're just running on logic, they can see it through the things that the Cancer is doing for them, whether they be subservient, whether they be providing them security, or whether they're just always being very attentive to their needs. And that really shows a lot in the relationship, and then it's up to Virgo to reciprocate in order to make it work. But all in all, very, very positive dynamic. Only negatives to it is if the Virgo person is not able to open up and the Cancer person is. This can lead to the Cancer being taken advantage of. So if you're a Cancer, please watch out for that. On the other hand, if the Cancer person is a bit too emotional and they become to the line of possessive, the Virgo person could get a run for their money. So they just need to be very cautious in that sense to make sure they're not dealing with somebody who wants to completely control them and is using their emotions in order to do so. Next, I just want to discuss the business aspect of this. Business between these two is great. Virgo is actually considered the highest IQ sign. They're also considered the sign that actually gets the most money. A lot of self-made billionaires are Virgos for sure, and that's because they're represented by Mercury, which is the most fast-moving planet in our universe, which in turn is exalted in Virgo, meaning they're very, very quick at thinking and thinking up new ideas, especially for business and so forth. When you mix that with the Cancer person, Cancers, especially like I've always been saying, the first deacon, are very, very interested in money and getting substantive matters like that done. So you get these guys together, they're just going to be checking things off the list, and it's going to work quite well. I say about 85 to 90% of the time, business between these guys can definitely work. With Cancer's intuition towards what's going to click and what's not going to click in business, alongside Virgo's intellect, like I said, it's going to be intellect with emotion. That combination for business makes it work phenomenally. Last but not least, there's the business part of it. This is probably about 70%. The only reason why is because Cancer is sort of somebody who, like I said, either if you're their family or their significant other, they're going to treat you very, very well. When it comes to friendships and so forth, it's good. They're, of course, very loyal to most people around them, but they're not going to really treat you as good as if you were family or you're a business partner or something of that sort. So when they're with a Virgo in a friendship matter, it could definitely work, but Cancer might view Virgo as being a little bit not serious enough, in the sense of like if they're sticking with things, their perspective on things, Virgos can change because they're a mutable sign, whereas Cancer was more of like that initiator, that starter, that person that really just wants to run through life in that sense, even though they're a water sign. So when you get these guys together for a friendship, it still will work very well because, like I said, the emotion level and the intellectual level of these two really complement one another, but in a friendship it just wouldn't be seen as much. But everything I discussed about with business and with intimate relations would still apply with the friendship when it comes to the trust and the communication, the perspectives. but they just need to have some sort of commonality, whether that be like through sports or leisure, that they can then see within each other and say, well, this is what we do together and this is how we're going to connect. But aside from that, guys, that does conclude the video. These guys, like I said, it's one of the easiest ones for me to do because they're so compatible and they really complement each other in a great way. But if you guys have any questions or any unique stories for me, just leave it in the comments. If you guys are looking for any sort of readings of any sort, go to my Instagram page, Shemsuniverse 8.0, press book now tab, and then I'll help you out from there. But aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. Holla me for today, guys. Peace.